I, 23F, feel like I'm raising my boyfriend, 23M. A bit of a stress releaser, but I'm also open to advice. My boyfriend and I met at the beginning years of college. He comes from a well-off family and said he never had to do chores growing up because he had a maid and his parents wanted him to focus on school. His mom is a stay-at-home mom, but has let me know she doesn't really cook and the family mostly went out or ordered in. For context, I grew up in a similar situation, but my mom was more hands-on and we didn't have a maid. Fast forward to when I met my boyfriend, he is incredibly kind and intelligent and all around amazing. It started off with just small things. I would have to teach him some basic manners and courtesies, thank you cards, being on time, how to set a table, etc. Nothing crazy. Years later, we moved in together and I feel like everything just hit the fan. He doesn't know how to clean, cook, or do any kind of functional life skill. It is almost like he is shocked when I ask him to do something like unload the dishwasher. He would just leave his dishes everywhere and it felt like he would almost wait for me to come pick it up. He asks for help and how to do almost every activity. He lived in dorms in college, so I wasn't privy to how bad it was until years later. He honestly just doesn't attempt to do any chores and will hang out after work on his computer. We both work full-time jobs, but I seem to be his mother cleaning up after everything. I ask him to put things away and he says he will, but the next morning I will wake up with food on the counter. I now have this deep resentment inside. This week, we did get to see his parents and I saw how they interacted with him, treating him like the golden child and caretaking his every need. His dad is mostly absent as he's still working, but his mom does everything but wipe his chin after eating. I now feel extremely conflicted, because I started to resent my boyfriend for all the extra housework I do, but now I'm wondering if he even had a shot with the household he grew up in. I feel like I have this deep burden to raise my boyfriend and to teach him all these life skills, and I know that some of my friends feel the same with their coddled boyfriends. I now feel some resentment directed to his parents, but I still don't think that's fair considering he's an adult now. Too long didn't read. I'm having to teach my boyfriend how to be an adult. I remember I was dating a 37-year-old guy. He was funny, kind and smart, had a good job and was pretty cute. But his mom still came to his apartment and cleaned it, bought his clothes, cooked meals and put them in his fridge. She balanced his freaking checkbook! This guy was damn near 40 and had no idea how to make anything but mac and cheese. We did not date for long. Presumably he can do research to shop for new goodies or for school assignments. He can look up how to do things and even lists of chores that should be done regularly, but he doesn't because he doesn't care. It's not important to him and neither is your free time, or else he wouldn't expect or by proxy force you to do everything for him. Move out. Not saying end the relationship, but let him know why you want to move out. He was trained at young age to be dependent and basically selfish. Same thing happened to my daughter, and when he got tired of her trying to get him to do for himself, he found someone who would pamper him like his mom. My BF, 20, is upset that I'm 21. Not upset when he leaves for work. So me and my BF just moved into our first apartment together 2 months ago. This is also our first time living away from parents, so it's been a little stressful with such a big change. I have a lot of anxiety in general that I take medication for, and my BF has almost no anxiety except for when it comes down to two things. 1. Being left alone to do nothing all day. 2. Feeling like other people are doing productive things when he's not. I got a job before he did, and every single day that I went to work I'd come home to him having a mental breakdown because I left and me missed me, and me having a job made him feel worthless because he didn't have one. Well, fast forward to today, he has a job now and I have to drive him to work cause we share a car. He gets up and gets ready and I stay in bed cause it's 10 AM and I'm tired. He is legitimately upset that I'm not upset he's leaving for work. He is like angry with me, because it seems like I don't care that he's leaving, but he's literally going to work for 6 hours, I will see him all day long. I love him so much, and he loves me a ridiculous amount. But he keeps getting upset basically because I don't have separation anxiety like he does. He is working on his anger problems, but today he flipped me off and the last thing he said was fuck you and slammed the door and left to work, and I just feel like such shit when he does this and I don't know what to say. I get anxious when people are mad and I can't speak properly, which he thinks is me not caring, which makes him more mad. I just feel tired and exhausted and I don't know what to say that doesn't piss him off more. Too long didn't read. My boyfriend is upset that I don't have separate anxiety like he does because it means I love him less. His expectations of you are not right. He definitely needs therapy. His yelling F you and slamming the door is outright abusive and needs to stop immediately. Your boyfriend needs serious therapy. He is codependent and is starting to be abusive with trying to control how you feel and swearing at you. My BF has almost no anxiety except for extreme separation anxiety. FTFY. Every single day that I went to work I'd come home to him having a mental breakdown because I left and he missed me. This is sick behavior, and it is sick to use separation anxiety as proof of love. Your boyfriend is asking you to make yourself sick as evidence of your love for him. He might as well be asking you to self-harm. You need to get away from him. He is abusive, and his twisted behavior and thought processes will impact your own health. Firstly, it's normal to be anxious if people are mad at you. That's just being human. Secondly, it's definitely something he has to work on, not you. Maybe if he was going away for a week with work then you might miss him, but even then the usual reaction would be, oh, I'll miss you but have a good time and I'll see you in a week. As he's an adult and is aware that he has separation anxiety, he is obviously aware when these thoughts come in that would cause this kind of reaction that he exhibits. So he could try and curb his reactions. Knowing he has something he needs to work on personally doesn't give him an excuse to treat you like that. Your boyfriend's codependency is not your responsibility to deal with, it's his. This is a place I draw strong boundaries for the health of the relationship. It's not healthy of him to ask you to go down to his level. He needs to heal and come up to yours. How do I 20F break up with my boyfriend 19M? We've been dating for about 1.5 years and were best friends previously a year before. For context, he's my first boyfriend, first love, and basically first everything. I love him so dearly. The thing is, I don't know if I am, or will be romantically attracted to him in the future. He realized he was bisexual in the beginning of our relationship, which I initially had zero problems with, but since then he's been wanting to explore himself. About a year into the relationship, he realized he really liked certain women's clothing and femboy things and realized he wanted to be more androgynous / non-binary, doesn't mind either he or she pronouns, and I can respect that. Now he's growing out his hair, wanting to paint his nails, shave the hair off his body, and overall just change his looks to a lot more feminine than what he looked like when I first fell in love with him. His personality has also changed a bit and it's made me a little uneasy. The thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm heteromantic. I never really thought much about my sexuality before because I initially thought I was asexual and wasn't interested in a romantic relationship before I met my boyfriend. I just know that romantically and in general, I am more attracted to masculine aligned features and personality. When we first started dating, he was more feminine than other guys but still had a more masculine alignment. He wasn't really interested being more feminine and androgynous until a few months ago though. The problem is I really love him dearly. The reasons I want to break up is cause I don't think I can love him how he deserves because I don't think I can accept who he's becoming as a romantic partner and I don't want to hold him back. However, I'm really scared to break up because he's really sweet and loves me dearly and I really don't want to lose him in my life. I don't think it'd be possible for us to be friends either though. I want to make the relationship work but I don't think I can get over my feelings about who he's becoming. I fear one day I'll look at him and see a different person. He's aware of how I feel about him becoming like this but not to its full extent because I don't want him to feel bad about changing who he is just because it makes me uncomfortable. If there's any advice on how to make this work, I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, how do I learn to let go? TL, Doctor, my boyfriend is my first love. He decided he likes women's clothing and wants to be more feminine and androgynous / non-binary. The thing is, I'm heteromantic and am generally more romantically attracted to masculine features and personality. I feel like I can't love him like he deserves, which is why I want to break up, but I'm scared to let go because I don't want to lose him in my life, but I also don't think we could be friends after. How do I learn to let go? This is an incredibly difficult situation, but I think you worded it really well. Your love for them comes across, and I think as long as you tell them they have your support and you respect and admire them opening up to you about these thoughts and feelings and changes within themselves, they will know it's because you want the best for them. You said it yourself. They deserve to be loved for who they are now and will become, and you aren't sure if you are the one to do that, and that is okay. It's a healthy realization! Exclamation mark. Hardest part will be separating the love you had for the person they were when you met and the person that are becoming. Allowing them time and space to explore who they are and want to be while taking time for yourself to do the very same seems like an appropriate thing to do, and at a good point in life as well. Best of luck. You're both extremely young, and frankly, both at a point in life where your wants and values are bound to change drastically and quickly over the next few years. It really is best to let him down as gently as you can so you both get the space you need to know yourselves. Hopefully in the future you can rekindle your friendship, but for now, it's time to let go of the security blanket and start branching out. Painful as it is, that's the right decision. My spouse and I are getting a divorce due to the same situation. They needed to transition and I found that I couldn't be the spouse they needed. Through that, I discovered that while I may be bisexual, I am heteroromantic. An important thing to keep in mind is that if you can't handle this, there is someone out there who can and who will love your boyfriend no matter what gender they are. There are quite likely more suited partners for both of you. Best of luck and feel free to DM me. The situation you're in is very similar to mine, so I know some of how painful it is. You just break up. You're not attracted to the path he's taking. There's nothing wrong with that. If the situation was reversed, it would be like a guy's bi girlfriend slowly going more butch. There's nothing wrong with losing the attraction. And there's nothing binding you two together except other people making you feel guilty. Be honest with him. Just be honest. Give him the same reasons you brought up. You're both young and want different things. There's no need, and you shouldn't, to sugarcoat it. Tell it how it is.